What up? Squirrel Bizkit here, chilling in Phoenix, stuck at the truck stop. We're trying to make more videos outside of the truck because inside the truck is boring. We're stuck here at the truck stop, as y'all can see.
For the second day.
Yeah, for the second day. I'll tell y'all, man, take everything y'all's planners say with a grain of salt, because these people don't exactly check everything 10 steps ahead, if you know what I mean.
We went to this place in Phoenix, and we figured they were going to be closed. And with it being New Year, we were like, well, we're going to go anyway. We go. No one's answering. They say, oh, yeah, they're supposed to be there. We sit there for like 20, 25 minutes, and then they send us to a truck stop. We end up spending the night. We get a message at 5 o'clock this morning that says, hey, the receiver's ready for you. Whenever you're able, come and unload. Okay, well, I get up around 7. I see the message. So we head out around 7:30. We get there, and lo and behold, no one answers.
Of course,
no one
you
answers.
don't want to do all that common sense stuff.
Yeah. So we're at another truck stop until tomorrow morning. So that's our days. And he's got to be home in 3 days.
Yeah. But, I don't know, I don't really want to talk about the trucking thing a little bit.
No, yeah.
Maybe just talk about life. I tell you, the other day, we was in Texas, and Bizkit pulls off the ramp. He's going under the bridge, and I'm like, stop. And he's like, what? He stops the truck, and I jump out like Spider-Man, and I come back like 30 seconds later, and I got a torn up American flag in my hand. And I'm getting in the truck with it. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's like, dude, you made me stop the truck for a flag. I said, no, it's not a flag, it's the flag. And it took me a little second to make you understand that, didn't it?
Yeah, no, for sure it did. Because at first I was like, I just stopped in the middle of the road for you to pick up the flag. And what I was confused about is, what I said to him was, there's flags probably all over the road. Why stop the truck in the middle of the road? He says, well, if I see it, I'm going to pick it up. And I said, we ended up having this amazing conversation.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing. I wish we would have videoed it, but it was like an hour and a half, 2 hour conversation.
What y'all don't understand is that I'm 40 years old. He's only 23. So I got a lot more life experience than he does. So I'm constantly trying to lay knowledge on him all the time. And he listens. He's not like most 23-somethings that just think they know every damn thing.
I listen a little bit.
What I was trying to explain to him is, because what he first said was, dude, I just stopped in the middle of the freaking road. What if I got pulled over? I said, man, I would happily pay that ticket. I said, you know what, if that cop was worth a damn, and especially if he was a veteran, he probably would have said thank you and just let me go. But I'd have been like, you know what, I'll pay that ticket. I don't care. Because what I was trying to explain to him is, all I had to do was stop a truck and go 30 seconds out of my day to run over there and grab a flag. Think back in history, think about all the countless people, what they had to go through just for that flag, just so you can have all your freedoms, just so you could have the freedom to come and go as you please, go work wherever you want, make as much money as you're possibly able to make, you live wherever you can afford, and the list goes on and on. You can't go everywhere else in the world and have those freedoms. I said, so all I had to do was stop a truck and jump out and grab that flag. That's all I had to do. I said, I think, I got off scot-free.
Yeah, and with me still being young, I'm obviously still learning about life and stuff. So my next question to him was, I said, well, he said, it makes me feel like I'm doing something or something like that. And I said, well, no one else seen you do it. You're the only person that knows you did it other than me.
And that's when I explained to you, I said,
yeah.
And listen to you young people out there, just because you do something nice for somebody or do something that you think is a good deed, doesn't mean you have to put it on the internet all the time. A lot of times you just do it for you. I said to him, yeah, I went out there, picked up that flag. I said, I don't care if anybody else knows it. I know it. That's all that matters. I know it. I know it, and God knows it. That's all that matters at the end of the day. So if you do something nice for somebody, as long as you know you did good, that's all that matters. don't need to go posting everything on the internet. And most of the time when y'all do that, y'all don't realize how much of a jackass y'all look like when you do that.
Yeah, and going into the flags a little bit. I'm not sure how far skwirlman's going to go into it, but when I first got in the truck, me and him had a little bit of a disagreement on a certain flag that I grew up around, and just be knowledgeable about the things that you think you support.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
And just make sure you do your research before you just follow what everybody else says, and follow even your family. Just because they support something doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
And I learned real quick that
don't be afraid to read a book, man. A book will not kill you, but ignorance will make your life really difficult.
What is it?
Sometimes very expensive. Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
No, but I mean, that was a learning experience for me. Like, because I grew up around very conservative people. They supported it, and I was like, well, I don't know why.
He's talking about the Confederate flag, y'all.
Yeah.
Just to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Because I said I'm very conservative, and I don't support that crap.
And I had no idea what the flag even meant until he brought it up to my attention. I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm supporting that.
I don't support. There's only one flag that I support. That's the American flag, because that's the flag. If I don't want to get into politics too much, man, but I'm just gonna say I don't support the Confederate flag at all. I'll piss on it. I don't care. I really don't. I really will. And for those of you that call yourselves conservatives and then you hang that crap on your truck, you're not what you think you are. You need to read a book. You need to know where that stuff comes from and what it really represents.
That's making all us other conservatives look bad. Like, look terrible. And
the first thing y'all always say, it's inevitable every time they say, oh, it's heritage, just my family. I'm not going to let you get off scot-free saying that. I just don't believe that. I think that's garbage.
Yeah, I mean, there was some people that fought for that flag that didn't come back home to the same freedoms that other people had, and they still fought for that flag. So I mean, I just think you should be knowledgeable in the things.
Yeah, and if you want to call yourself an American, then the only flag you need to worry about is the American flag. That's it. Period.
Exactly.
And I hate going into politics, man, because I don't want to make this channel all about politics. I don't. There's too many of y'all out there. There's too many of y'all that all y'all do is spout about politics, this, that, and the other thing. I'm right. No, I'm right. Blah, 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 blah. But I got to say that, it's more important for two people from two different sides of the aisle to compromise and fix a problem than it is for anyone to be right. Being right is not always so important.
It's not
the most
even
important thing is to fix the problem. If you're both sitting there arguing at each other, I'm right, no, I'm right, well, then you're not fixing anything. That's why I hate politics today, because there's two different sides that constantly want to argue. You don't spend so much time arguing, but you don't spend no time trying to fix the problem, trying to talk to each other.
Yeah, and they feed you this BS all the time. Like, yeah, we'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this. It's just a haze to get you to vote for them or do whatever. I mean,
what I love about the government and politicians is that there's always a bad guy. You ever notice that? You can go back generations. There's always that bad guy that they put on TV that we all need to be worried about. Whether it's global warming or terrorism or anything you can come up with, they got to have an enemy, for everybody to go after. And they use that as a ploy to get you all frustrated, to get you guys all amped up, to think, oh, we got to fight this, we got to fight that. You gotta, what I'm trying to say is you gotta stop and look at the whole picture, is what I'm saying. Look at the whole picture. Think about why they're doing this. Why are they saying this? What do they have to gain by telling me this and telling me that and making me, hate this or hate that person? Stop. Take a step back. Look at the whole picture. Don't just be so quick to jump into something just because somebody on TV told you it was a good idea. And the other thing is, those people on TV, they don't live in those neighborhoods. They don't live in those countries. They don't live in any of these areas that they tell you about. They don't care if you suffer. They don't care if you're hungry. They don't care. they're getting paid millions of dollars to play with your mind every single day. And some of y'all just make it so easy for them. I mean, y'all just gobble anything you see on TV, you just gobble it up. It's so funny. You don't even ask any questions.
Yeah.
It's hilarious to me.
And I mean, a lot of people in my generation and my age tend to be more followers than they are leaders, and they'll just follow whatever everyone else says. And I have come to the realization that, yeah, I'm conservative, but I don't know how far I am. I mean, I still haven't. There's a lot of people that just don't know. They just agree with what everybody else says or what their family says. You gotta grow up and make your own opinions and figure out what you believe in and stand on that and stay with it. Not just change because other people are trying to change your mind.
I totally support what he just said, but some of y'all are so quick to hate somebody. You don't even let the person explain what they're trying to explain. You just jump down their throats. And that doesn't do anybody any service, especially you. All you're doing is making a fool out of yourself. Because you're so scared to be wrong. There's nothing wrong with being wrong. There's nothing wrong with failing. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes as long as you learn from them. That's all part of being human.
That's how you build character.
You know? I wouldn't have been on this planet for so long if I didn't learn from my mistakes. I mean, I made plenty of mistakes in the day. I've hung out with really stupid people. I've hung out with people that thought they were smart and they weren't. I've hung out with, criminals but you know what? I learned from all that. I learned from those people, and I don't hang out with those people anymore. Because I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but if you want to see your future, look at the people you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
If those people are doing positive things, they're out there making money, hustling in a good way, legally, then that's probably going to be you. If you keep following those people, that's probably going to be you. But if you keep hanging out with thugs and losers and people that ain't going nowhere, especially the excuse makers, the excuse maker is probably the worst, most toxic person you could hang out with. And if you don't know what the excuse maker is the person that always has an excuse why they can't go out and get a job, why they can't do this, that, and the other thing. It doesn't matter what kind of plan you give them. They have an excuse why they can't do it. And those people are losers. And they're always going to be a loser.
Kind of to veer us off, we had another conversation kind of about being content. A lot of my family is content with where they're at financially, and they try to be in that mindset, just find a place where you're content. And I'm always telling them no. I mean, I make really good money now, but that's just not enough.
Yeah,
it's not. I mean, you while I'm young, why not just work as much as you can, make as much money as possible?
What he's saying, y'all, is don't fall for that 9-to-5 mindset. There's nothing wrong with getting up and going to work 9 to 5. My dad supported me and my family his whole life. He's still doing it right now because he does the 9 to 5 thing, but he has a really good job. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What I'm saying is you can always do better. Don't be afraid to do better. And try to always use whatever job you have as a stepping stone to get to your next job. And the other thing is, young people, when your mom or dad or your uncle or something says, hey, you should go get the certificate to be a plumber or an electrician or something, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. No one's saying that you have to do that for the rest of your life. If you go talk to these super successful millionaires, billionaires, young people that don't have money, always ask them the same thing. Hey, how'd you get so rich? Well, they can't tell you that they just did one thing and it made them rich. No, they didn't. They did a whole bunch of things over the span of their life. Maybe they're 50, 60, 70 years old now. And when they started, when they were in their teen years, they started doing this, that, and the other thing. And one thing always led to the next thing. But, they got certified in this. They got training in that. They got experience in this. It's not like they did one thing their whole life that made them rich. It was a whole bunch of things over the course of a long period of time.
Yeah, another thing is don't be scared to fall on your face, especially when you're trying to make a lot of money.
True.
You can't like not do what you want to do because you're scared that you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail. It's gonna happen. You're gonna fall on your face, and I don't think you're defined by how you fall on your face. I think you're defined by what you do when you get back up.
Damn straight.
And if who knows? Okay, I'm a truck driver now. Eventually, you know, we're going to be doing our own thing, and that's a big jump. I mean, paying for our own, you know, stuff.
Acquiring assets,
Yeah.
y'all. That's my big thing.
For sure.
I want to jump off what you just said. Don't be afraid to fail, because you're only a failure if you don't keep trying. Because if you keep trying, eventually you're going to succeed. But if you fail one time and you turn into a pussy and cry and don't want to try again, now you're a failure. You're always going to be a failure. But if you keep trying, keep getting up, eventually you're going to succeed, and that's when you get success.
Yeah, and also like there's a few guarantees in life. One is you're gonna die. Two is you may have a dream, you can keep pursuing it, and you might get it. But if you quit, that's another guarantee. If you quit, there is a guarantee that it will never happen ever.
Yeah.
So just keep pushing. Even like I said, even if you fall on your face, keep pushing through it. Figure out how you can do this better, or do that better. How can I make this, or you know, whatever.
And be weary of the excuse maker, because the excuse maker is almost, not all the time, but almost always the same person that when you say, hey man, you know what, I want to start this business, I want to do this or that,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they always have a way to drag you down. They always do.
Oh no,
9 times
man.
out of 10, they're like, no man, you
That
can't
ain't
do
gonna work.
that. How are you going to get the money for this? How are you going to do that? You know, you can't do that. Well, of course I can if I keep sitting here listening to you.
And most
It's
of them
never
are
gonna
losers.
happen.
Most of the excuse makers are losers.
Yeah, they're all losers.
They don't make no money. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with working
9 to 5.
we're working 9 to 5, but if you don't have the same hustle as me, I don't want to hear nothing from you, especially about my job and where I'm going.
Yeah.
If you have the same hustle, or you have life experience, or you make more money than me, of course I'm gonna listen to you, because you got to a place where I want to be.
Remember this, y'all. You will never, ever in your life meet a hater that's doing better than you. Never.
You said a hater doing better than you.
You never meet a hater that's doing better than
That
you.
makes a lot of sense.
And if it seems like they're doing better than you, they are scared to death of you. Because they're scared that you're going to take their glory. That's what it is. They're scared to death of you. It's like the bullies back in school. There's something that you had that they wanted, that they thought they couldn't get, or they were too weak to go out and achieve. You know?
Just never give up.
Yeah. But in closing, we just wanted to lay some knowledge on y'all, man, because we don't want to sit here and talk about trucks all day long. It's
It gets
kind of boring.
repetitive.
You know, a lot of y'all might not be into it. We want to make a variety of content. You know,
We might start making a podcast here soon. I think I am today going to try to figure out how to go about doing that. You know,
there's a lot of things we want to do. We're stuck here on the road all the time, so everything with us happens slowly but surely. It's like, picture having a job that pays you really, really good money, but you're never at home to enjoy it because you're always out here on the road hustling, you know? So, but all we can do when we're out here on the road is save our money. And that's the other thing, save your money. Don't blow it on stupid things that you think it's going to impress somebody, especially a female. No offense to y'all women, but to you guys out there, if you think you have to spend all this money to impress her, she's not worth it. Trust me. The one that's going to love you, that's going to stand by you, is not going to care about all those flashy things you're going to buy her. She might appreciate it, but she's not going to care at the end of the day. So if you think you have to go buy women purses and cars and all this crap to keep them in your life, just say bye. Bye. Because I don't play that. I don't do that.
any woman that's materialistic
Is a loser.
Is a loser, and honestly, to be 100% honest with you, like you said, no offense to the ladies, but a lot of the females are materialistic, and
Not
a lot
all of them, but there's a good portion out there.
a lot of them aren't where you are in life.
Yeah.
They aren't.
They want to sponge off somebody else.
Yeah, and those are, well, in my generation, that's basically every single one of them. But his generation, they're far and few in between because they've already lived their life. You know,
Yeah.
they've done it. But you know, when you're young, man, focus on you. 'Cause
I'm
that's
so
what
glad
I've
you
been
just said that, man, because that brings me to something else. Y'all, for you youngsters, 20 years old, 22 years old, I know you want to have a good time. I know you want to go out and party. Trust me, I was your age. I completely partied my 20s away. Completely wasted them. And I worked crappy jobs. You know, when I got married, y'all, I was only making $400 every 2 weeks. This was back in 2007. So I was bringing in about $800 a month, if that. If it weren't for my wife, I would have been living with my parents, super poor. You know? But it's fine that you want to have a good time. I know you want to enjoy being young. But if you got that one friend that never comes to the party, he calls you up once in a while, hey, just check in on you. If he's never coming to the party, he always seems like he's out doing something. In 20 years, that guy's going to have way more than you will ever have in your life. That guy's going to have the big house, the hot wife, the collection of cars, anything that he wants, because he was out working for it when you were out partying, waking up, you know, with your face in the pillow, drunk, hungover. Guarantee it. I know, because I have those friends. Those friends that rarely ever came to the party, and now they're out super successful, and I'm still working to be there. So, if you're that age, you're in your 20s, you can party with your friends anytime, man. I'm telling you. If they're your friend, they're always going to invite you over.
Yeah, a lot of my friends, acquaintances, I thought they were my friends. That's a whole nother video. But a lot of my friends my age and when I was growing up, a little bit younger than what I am now, they were, you know, potheads, heavy smokers, didn't want to do nothing but work these little odds and ends jobs just to make enough to pay for the thing.
You know where.
And I am, like, I'm not here to brag, but I make more money than every single one of my friends, every one of them, because they decided to screw their life up my age, and they have nothing going for them, nothing, and it's sad. You got to watch who you hang around.
I'll tell you, if I could give you any information to a 20-year-old kid right now, a 25-year-old kid, go find yourself a mentor. Go find yourself a mentor that's like 45, 50 plus years old, that really has his or her stuff going on, that doesn't party, doesn't do drugs, doesn't have any bad habits, you know, doesn't hang out with any kind of bad crowd. Hang out with that person and ask them questions. And if, once they see that you're really interested, they're going to fill you full of information, and they're going to mentor you. Sponge to that person. Cling to that person, man. I guarantee you won't regret it. In 10 years, you will not regret it. You will regret hanging out with all those losers. I can promise you that much.
Yeah, and just like you hear on these like YouTube billionaire, multi-millionaire saying, you know, go do something for free just to learn. Like that's no joke. Like if you got somebody like a family friend, and he's got, say, for truck driving, and you never thought about truck driving, but you're still super young, you haven't, you know, done it. Say he's got like 10 trucks or something. Just go there, figure out just ask him for a job. If he doesn't want to pay you, like, what can I do to learn?
Yeah.
Like, just what can you do to learn and to figure out how you.
My little brother, no lie, got a job like that. He
Really?
was hurting for work years ago, and he said, "Man, I'll work for free," and he got the job. The dude was like, "Really?" Yeah, I can't remember what job it was, but that's a true story, man. He really did.
It's a learning experience.
And you know what I like to say to you young people is, you guys act like your time is so precious, but you don't realize that you have so much of it. You're 18, 15 to 25 years old. You guys, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Do you have any idea how much time you have? Go learn some skills. You know, when you're older, when you're my age, you go to these parties or get-togethers or whatever, and there's that guy at the party that just seems like he knows how to do everything. You know, he's like 40, 50 years old. He's got all these skills. He's like, yeah, I'm certified this, certified that. I got experience in this, experience in that. You know how he did that? It's because he spent his whole youth learning things. So just go out and learn everything you possibly can. You know, use your brain, turn it into a sponge. That's what it's there for. And don't worry about the time. Time's going to go by regardless.
Well, I think that's.
Yeah, we're gonna close out, y'all. I hope y'all watch this video, and please comment on anything we just said. Doesn't matter what it is. Comment, like, please subscribe. All right, y'all. Common sense ain't common.